right now. This is ABC Montana, your local news leader.
And welcome back. A new study out of Missoula is revealing some major impacts that climate change could have on the Treasure State's economy over the next 34 years.
The Montana Wildlife Federation, along with help from an economist and geologist, produced a 60-page study which outlines millions of dollars in projected impacts, mainly to Montana's outdoor economy, but also to its wildlife.
ABC Fox Montana's Melinda Zosh digs a little deeper into the true cost of Montana's changing climate.
If you drive just a few miles on the outskirts of Helena, you'll see a small sign on the side of the road for a ski area called Great Divide. Then, about 7,000 feet above sea level, you'll find owner Kevin Taylor, a man who is deeply dedicated to his business.
If the snow is good, we fill up our parking lots and fill up our lodge, and that makes people happy, it makes us happy.
Taylor has spent the past 30 years of his life managing this mountain and watching it gradually get warmer and warmer.
It's the absence of those real stinging long-term colds that is noticeable.
He recalls many winters when temperatures once dipped 30 to 40 below zero. As a result, deep freezes kept pests like the pine beetle at bay. Taylor says all that changed in 2007 when a wave of beetles took out half the trees on this mountain.
The impact on the forest here was significant. It cost us $1 million to take care of it.
Now, experts argue this is a much bigger issue than some beetles that are nestled deep in Montana's mountains. Now, the Montana Wildlife Federation just released this report, which states that if the climate change is not curbed here in the Treasure State, the impact to Montana's outdoor economy will be detrimental.
We're going to have more extreme weather events. We're going to have droughts in the summer. Our wildfires are going to get worse. And our fish and wildlife resources are going to fundamentally change.
Dave Chadwick is the executive director of the Montana Wildlife Federation, a group based in Helena that supports public policies based on what he calls good science.
Our personal experiences are confirming what the science is telling us.
Chadwick says the Federation wanted cold, hard facts in writing. That's when the report called The Impact of Climate Change on Montana's Outdoor Economy came to life late last year.
We commissioned this study because we want action on climate change.
The group hired Thomas and Donovan Power of Power Consulting in Missoula to compile the data for the study. Both have years of experience in economics and geology.
Their ultimate conclusion is that we stand to lose about 11,000 jobs and $281 million in economic activity if no action is taken to address climate change.
The report breaks down the projected multi-million-dollar losses into several categories, including hunting, fishing, tourism, wildfires, and wildlife. The impact to Montana's native wildlife piqued the interest of Bob Ream. He has spent the past 50 years as a wildlife biologist in Montana and says he can already see how climate change is affecting big game species like moose.
With moose, it's physiologic. They're so well adapted to cold temperatures that when it gets warm in winter, when it's above freezing in winter, they're actually under a physiological stress.
There's also some evidence that some big game populations could actually become more productive, but paradoxically, they're going to be harder to hunt.
And hunting won't be the only industry that Chadwick says will be affected. He says an increase in air temperature last summer caused river and stream temperatures to rise. As a result, he says Montana's fish, wildlife, and parks limited the time of day that people could fish.
When you're closing rivers and streams, people are canceling trips to Montana. People are canceling fishing trips. And that has a direct impact on small town economies all over the state.
As for Kevin Taylor, he says every aspect of climate change is a big concern for him, and he hopes something is done before it's too late.
Have a legacy here. We'd like to see it continue. I think the community would sorely miss having a local ski area to come to. Sure hope that people can wrap their heads around it and get to work on fixing it for our kids and grandkids.
Reporting in Helena, Melinda Zosh, ABC Fox Montana News.